A little boy sits alone in a silent room, eyes downcast, the world around him quiet and distant. Cut to a frail puppy lying in the dirt on a cold night, ribs protruding with each shallow breath. These two souls have never met, but their stories are about to collide in a way that will change them both forever. In this documentary, we follow an incredible journey of survival, hope, and the unbreakable bond between a child and his dog. It's a story that begins with heartbreak and ends with triumph. Stay with us as we witness the most emotionally powerful rescue dog transformation you'll ever see. On a chilly September evening in Georgia, a homeowner stumbles upon a heartbreaking sight, a motionless puppy on her front lawn. The puppy's body is cold to the touch, her eyes barely open. Every bone is visible beneath her patchy skin. She has been starved nearly to death, a victim of unspeakable cruelty and neglect. Those who find her cannot even tell if she's alive at first. When rescuers arrive, they discover the puppy's pulse is faint. Her chance of survival is almost zero. Veterinarians would later estimate less than a 1% chance that she'd live through the night. This tiny pit bull mix, later named Xena, is truly at death's door. Animal control is called, and by the time help arrives, the puppy's breathing is shallow. She's rushed to a local shelter's emergency care unit. The staff there have seen many abused animals, but even they feel tears welling up at the sight of this poor creature. They wrap her in blankets to warm her cold body. One vet whispers, "Hang in there, little one," as an IV is gently inserted into a collapsed vein. No one knows if Xena can hear them or feel their touch. All they know is that without immediate care, she won't last till morning. In these critical moments, a battle for life has begun. The puppy is rushed into intensive care. The medical team immediately works to stabilize her, warm fluids, careful feeding by syringe, and treatment for dehydration and infections. They clean her tiny body, discovering sores and wounds hidden beneath the dirt. All through the night, a vet tech stays by her side, gently stroking her head and whispering encouragement. Hours pass slowly. At one point, the puppy's heart rate drops and an alarm sounds, flatline. The team springs into action. A vet performs CPR with 2 fingers on the puppy's chest. Another administers emergency drugs. For a few agonizing seconds, the room holds its breath. Then a faint heartbeat returns. Xena is still with us. By sunrise, she's alive, but only just. She's too weak to stand or even wag her tail. Yet in those weary eyes there is a spark, a will to live that refuses to die. Over the next days, the little survivor astonishes everyone. By day 2, she can lift her head. By day 3, she drinks water on her own for the first time. The shelter staff decide she's earned a powerful name, Xena, after the warrior princess, for her fighting spirit. And fight she does. Every hour brings tiny improvements. Her caretakers celebrate each one, a slight wag of her tail, a tentative lick of food from a spoon the first time she manages to sit up without assistance. Xena's body slowly mends with proper nutrition and constant love. Her once dull eyes gain a bit of shine. Volunteers take turns holding her, letting her know she's safe. They keep a journal of her milestones and smile through tears as the emaciated puppy transforms day by day. Hope, once nearly lost, is alive and well. While Xena heals at the shelter, elsewhere in Georgia, the Hickey family is facing their own struggles. Jonny Hickey, an 8-year-old boy with autism, lives in a world that often feels closed off. He rarely speaks and often prefers to play alone, lining up his toy cars in silence. Crowded social settings overwhelm him, and even at home, he's withdrawn. His parents, Linda and Grant, ache to connect with their son. They've tried therapy, special schools, and playgroups, but Jonny remains locked in his quiet shell. Nights are the hardest. Jonny sometimes cries without words, and his mother consoles him as best as she can. They wonder if there's any way to reach him. The Hickeys have love in abundance to give, but Jonny needs a special friend who can understand him in ways no human has been able to. Little do they know, that friend is about to enter their lives. In early 2013, Xena's miraculous recovery becomes local news. The shelter shares her story on social media, dubbing her Xena the Warrior Puppy, and the post is shared widely. It finally reaches Linda Hickey's feed. Linda gasps as she sees photos of Xena. The puppy's journey from near death to wagging her tail moves Linda to tears. She calls out to her husband and shows him the story. The Hickeys feel an instant connection. They know this puppy has overcome immense challenges, just as their son faces challenges every day. In Xena, they sense a kindred spirit for Jonny. Linda turns to Jonny, showing him the puppy's picture on her phone. For a moment, the boy, who often ignores the outside world, focuses intently on the image. He softly echoes the puppy's name, Xena. It's one of the few spontaneous words his parents have ever heard him say. In that instant, Linda feels a surge of hope. With cautious optimism, the Hickey family reaches out to the shelter and arranges to meet Xena. 2 long journeys, one of a little dog and one of a little boy, are about to become one. The day finally arrives. At the shelter's playroom, Xena, now a bouncy, bright-eyed pup, is playing gently with a staff member. In walks Jonny with his parents. The room falls quiet and still as Xena and Jonny lock eyes. The little dog tilts her head, as if recognizing the boy she somehow has been waiting for. Jonny, usually anxious around new experiences, surprisingly shows no fear. Instead, he breaks into a smile. He drops to his knees, and Xena immediately trots over, sniffing him curiously. Within seconds, the pup is licking Jonny's face enthusiastically. Jonny giggles, a joyful, uninhibited laugh that stuns his parents. They haven't heard that sound very often. Jonny wraps his arms around Xena in a hug. This is a boy who normally shies away from touch. Yet here he is on the floor, nose to nose with a rambunctious puppy, absolutely delighted. Linda's eyes well up with tears as she watches her son's first encounter with his new best friend. In that moment, it's clear that Xena has chosen Jonny, and Jonny has chosen Xena. The Hickey family knows Xena is coming home with them. Shelter staff watch in amazement. Some wipe away tears. One of them whispers, "I've never seen anything like it." It's as if Xena understands that Jonny is special, that he needs her as much as she needs him. That afternoon, the adoption papers are signed. Xena officially becomes part of the Hickey family. As they walk out to the car, Xena, on a leash, trots proudly beside Jonny. The little boy keeps one hand on his pup the whole time, maintaining that physical contact as if afraid this miracle might vanish. In the car ride home, something even more astonishing happens. Jonny, who typically says 1 or 2 words at most, cannot stop talking. He chats happily to Xena the entire drive, his high-pitched voice rambling on about showing her his room and toys. He was talking to her non-stop all the way home, Linda recalls in joyful disbelief. The car is filled with giggles and the sound of a child's voice, sounds that had been absent for so long. Jonny's parents share a glance in the front seat, both crying tears of happiness. They realize they are witnessing a moment of transformation, the beginning of a beautiful friendship that will change all of their lives. Settled into her new home, Xena quickly makes herself part of the family. The once near-death puppy is now a bundle of energy, following Jonny everywhere he goes. And Jonny, once so withdrawn, is opening up in ways Linda and Grant only dreamed of. Each morning, Jonny races out of bed to be greeted by wet-nosed kisses and a wagging tail. He laughs as Xena jumps into his arms. Before Xena, mornings were a struggle. Now, they're the best part of the day. At breakfast, Jonny, who used to be sensitive about food textures, eagerly scoops kibble into Xena's bowl. He even overcomes his old phobia of touching food to make sure his friend is fed. His parents watch in amazement as their son performs tasks he once refused, all for the love of his dog. With Xena by his side, Jonny's verbal skills blossom. He talks to her constantly, narrating his activities, asking her questions, even reading books to her at night. In the past, Jonny rarely strung together full sentences, but now he's chattering away, practicing social skills in a safe space with his non-judgmental buddy. When the family goes out, Xena acts as Jonny's guardian and confidence booster. Loud noises or crowds that would have terrified Jonny before are now manageable because he can bury his face in Xena's fur and feel calm. The bond between them is profound and pure. As Linda describes it, Jonny has found his voice through Xena, quite literally and emotionally. Both child and dog have come out of their shells, Jonny from his silence and Xena from her trauma, healing one another day by day. Jonny and Xena's incredible relationship doesn't remain a family secret for long. Linda begins sharing updates on a Facebook page dedicated to Xena's journey. She posts a video of Jonny singing a nursery rhyme to Xena while petting her, something he never would have done before. The video goes viral, touching hearts around the world. Comments pour in by the thousands from people who are moved and inspired, parents of autistic children thanking the Hickeys for giving them hope, animal lovers marveling at Xena's transformation, and countless viewers simply saying they were brought to tears by this beautiful friendship. Major news outlets pick up the story. Jonny and Xena appear in interviews where Jonny, once camera-shy and non-verbal, now sits confidently with Xena in his lap, answering questions with his soft voice. The duo become local celebrities in their town. Neighbours wave hello to Xena on walks, and children at Jonny's school who once didn't know how to interact with him now ask if they can pet his dog, giving Jonny a new way to connect with peers. The story's impact reaches even national stages. In late 2013, just months after she was on the brink of death, Xena is honoured as the ASPCA's Dog of the Year for her extraordinary impact on Jonny's life. At an awards gala in New York City, the audience gives a standing ovation as Jonny and Xena walk on stage together. Jonny proudly tells the crowd, "This is my best friend Xena," his voice clear and confident. There isn't a dry eye in the house. The video of that moment circulates online, amassing over 4 million views as people everywhere celebrate the power of kindness and resilience. Xena also receives the Emerging Hero Dog Award from the American Humane Association, solidifying her status as a true canine hero. Through all the attention, Jonny and Xena remain what they've always been to each other, best friends. They continue to spread the words, advocating for autism awareness and animal rescue, showing the world what love and second chances can do. Today, years later, Jonny and Xena are still inseparable. Jonny, now a teenager, continues to thrive. He's an advocate who speaks to other kids about autism, always with Xena by his side, wearing her therapy dog vest. Xena is a bit grey around the muzzle now, but she still has the same joyful spirit and devotion to her boy. Their story has become more than just one boy and one dog. It's a beacon of hope for families and animals everywhere. The Hickeys often say that Xena rescued them as much as they rescued her. Jonny's life opened up in Technicolor because of a dog's love, and Xena got the loving family she never had, transforming from a dying stray into a happy, beloved pet. Their journey shows that no matter how hopeless things may seem, a child locked in silence or a puppy left for dead, with love, patience, and a little bit of fate, miracles are possible. Xena's legacy lives on through thousands who are inspired to adopt rescue pets or to be more accepting of individuals with autism. Every time Jonny and Xena snuggle on the couch at home, it's a reminder of the good that came from so much pain. This is the power of compassion. It not only saved Xena's life, it unlocked Jonny's world. As the camera fades on Jonny and Xena playing in their backyard, their laughter and barks filling the air, we're left with a simple truth. Love can truly transform lives. If Xena and Jonny's story moved you, please like this video and share it with others. You never know who might be inspired to save a life or reach out to someone in need because of this story. Consider subscribing to our channel for more uplifting true stories. Join us in celebrating the resilience of the human and animal spirit. Together, we can spread the word that every life, no matter how small or broken, is worth fighting for. Thank you for watching. And remember, heroes come in all shapes, sizes, and breeds.